Here's my second video on the ladder instrument. I'm going to explain a little bit more about it.
One face near top edge.
Uh-oh, there's a face. Where's the face? That's weird. Okay, well, if you saw a face,
Speech off.
I didn't see it because I'm blind, but I guess maybe there's someone in the yard. Here are the wires where they stretch to. You can see it. I can't, so I'm gonna have to go explore that in another little minute. There's a variety of different ways this instrument can be played. You can strike the wires, you can pluck them, you can pluck them up and down to get those scrapey, slidey sounds. And if I move the ladder, it'll sound different too, because the tension will be modified. I've got to move this compost barrel out of the way. Proof that it was a random occurrence that I invented this. It's not in the most convenient location relative to that compost barrel thing, but I moved it, and here's the ladder again, which I'm also gonna move a little bit. Move just the left leg there, and let's see how it adapted the wires. Okay, so the theory of this is there's nodes and antinodes along the wire, and there's standing waves that create a tone, and that's where the peaks and troughs of the waves cancel each other out, the standing waves, and that's what the sound is that you hear. It's a similar phenomenon to the colors when the peaks and waves going in opposite directions along a thing, like this wire, for example, or the light beam in the example of color, when they cancel each other out, that's what you see and that's what you hear, because the whole spectrum, yeah, it's a trippery out effect, but by changing the whatchamacallit, the length of the wire and its tension, I'm able to induce these almost random. They're random, but mathematically they're not random. But they're random from my perspective because I'm just creating them at random, and they do something different from what I'm expecting. You can't tell. You could tell maybe, but it's hard to predict the mathematical probability of it going one way or the other in the midst of its tonal decay, is the word. It decays very gradually when done correctly. Let me try to get a long decay on one of these tones. Yeah, that wasn't too long. I'm going to move the ladder again and see if I can get it in better position. That took a good several seconds. When it touches the ladder, it activates the tonal interference that causes the vibration to be heard. And then the ladder amplifies it. But the wire is still vibrating even when it's not touching the ladder, and you can't hear it. So that feeds into the whole concept of nodes and antinodes. And I'd like to figure it out. One of these days I will, but I'm learning so much now. It's a thrill. Woo. Sure, Echo proves it. I'm thrilled by all this knowledge I'm accumulating and developing and trying to learn. I've got quite a few sets of study material that I've got to use to figure out all of the physics behind stuff like this. But it's cool, at least I'm doing experiments with it. It really is quite a blessing to be able to string wires in my yard and hear them vibrate. And we get both of them going at once.